I am super excited about today.
I think I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Why? Because it's been a while that I've done anything with my Stagg Junior Infinity bottle. This is something that I definitely am excited to open. It is time to pop this open and taste this. I know I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's get into this bad boy. Or should I say, Stagg boy. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways Plus Plus, and today is a very special day. I'm gonna pop open my Stagg Junior Infinity bottle. So it was way back in September when I first did the video to make this, where I collected all Stagg Junior batches 1 through 17 and made my first Infinity bottle. If you have not seen that video, I will leave a link to it right here. So after letting it sit and blend for a few months, or a lot of months I should say, I don't know how I never took a little taste of this.
How did you manage that?
There's this thing.
But I feel it's time to open this up and see what has come out of it. Now, I will do this as a review. So, of course, because I'm doing a review, I will be giving away samples too. Why? Because sharing is caring.
This is the way.
So, stay tuned to find out how you can win a sample of this Stagg Junior Infinity bottle. So, as I do this, I'm going to pour this out in a very measured amount because I'm being very specific because of that app I'm using. It helps me calculate proof and stuff. So, let me pour out a 1 ounce pour for today. Smells so good already. Pour that into a glass and let's set that aside for now to breathe. Now, if you remember, this one only has batches 1 through 17, all batches with Junior on them. When I initially made this Infinity bottle, I did ask, should I keep it as batches 1 through 17 or should I add the new batches as they come out? The votes were mixed everywhere. Some had mentioned to keep it this way, some had mentioned to add, but one person mentioned I should keep this one as Stagg Junior 1 through 17 and then make another one and mix that one. So that's what I decided to do. However, to do that, I must move this all over to a different decanter. Seems kind of weird, but I plan to use this one that's a bigger decanter to do all my batches. And I'm planning to use this special one, keep as batches 1 through 17. I had originally bought this one when I bought this one as well. We had it shipped home and unfortunately this one broke. It took over 6 months for me to get the replacement because they do all these by hand, but that's what we're gonna be doing today. Now, if anyone out there wants to contribute to the all Stagg Infinity bottle, just shoot me an email at oldfashionedways22@gmail.com and you'll be able to add to the new one I'm gonna make with all batches I have and anything that anybody contributes. If you do contribute, you will get something back after we let it blend for a while. I might have to be giving myself a few extra samples before I'm able to put extra in this one. If you're liking these videos, please click on that like button. Also make sure to smash that subscribe button if you haven't. Don't forget to hit on that notification bell so you don't miss up any upcoming rabbit holes or craziness that will be going on.
Crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy.
Let's get into this bottle's details. Bottle details, Stagg Junior Infinity. Distiller Buffalo Trace, mash bill is #1 low-rye mash bill, age 8 to 9 years, batches 1 through 17. The proof calculator is 130.4 proof, which makes it 65.2 ABV, MSRP, Infinity. As with all reviews, I'll be using my scoring method of 1 through 10 on aroma, flavors, complexity, mouthfeel, finish, and of course, would I buy again? Also, just a quick teaser.
Don't tease.
I did get a few more decanters over Christmas. I do plan to do a few other Infinity bottles or maybe a few blends, especially after doing that Zero Wisdom blend that got me hooked. So I may be going down another rabbit hole. So if you have not seen that video, I will leave a link to it right here. If you have any ideas of what I should be doing with these blends, Infinity bottles, suggestions, any suggestions at all, let me know. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Let's get into this. I'm excited. Ooh, very nice dark amber, and the aroma from me pouring it from one bottle to the other is in the air, and the aroma is pretty amazing. So let's go in for that nose. Oh my goodness, Stagg. I love Stagg Junior, or Stagg formerly known as Junior. Such just a great pour, just a great smell to it. This one's a little bit more complicated than most because there's just differentness to it. You get like a tiny bit of spice, you get that vanilla, you get that caramel, and there's like this, I don't know, like a field kind of smell to it, like you're walking through a weeded field for some reason. But you can smell the proof on it, so it has a good smell. So For aroma, I'm gonna give this a 7. Flavor is the best part, going in for that initial taste. Oh wow, a little bit hotter than I thought. Really hits my palate, got to the back of my throat, almost went down the wrong pipe.
Just went down the wrong pipe.
Almost made my eyes water, but wow. Lots of flavor on that for the first one, but the initial heat on that kind of covers it, and then you have that flavor. There is a buttery note to this, so I do like that buttery note kind of taste to this. So spice, buttery, sweet, light caramel on the first flavor. So for the first flavor, because that heat kind of punches you in the face, I'm gonna have to give that a 6. All right, next is that second taste. We're gonna go in for that complexity there. Second taste is always my favorite because that's where you taste most of the flavors. You get over the initial alcohol that overcoats the tongue and just kind of smacks you, and then flavors, just tons of flavors on this. Wow. So you kind of get like starting to get some chocolate hint in there, some dark cherry. The vanilla is nice, the caramel is nice, a tiny bit of like you can taste a little bit of some age in this where it's not overbearing, but like a light leather. So complexity on this, yeah, I'm gonna have to give that an 8. Let's go for the mouthfeel. How does it feel over the tongue, right? I'm looking for that thickness, viscosity in this. So this is one of those ones that coats from front to back. I taste it on my tip of my tongue, I taste it on the middle of my tongue, and I taste it in the back, giving me a nice Kentucky hug. Sticks to the tongue very nicely, sticks to the roof of my mouth, and actually starting to stick to the cheeks as well. So mouthfeel is nice, thick, velvety texture in the mouth and sticks pretty well. So for the mouthfeel, I'm gonna give that a 7. Finish, yeah, let's go for that. Next one, just more of that caramel sweetness, cherry, a little bit of that charred oak is now coming through more. If you ever had Stagg, you know what I'm talking about. Stagg is just such a good pour, but mixed together, there's a lot more complexity to this than you get on a regular one. I do like that. The finish just stays. I mean, it's still on my tongue. I still taste it. It never really left from drink to drink to drink. On that finish, I'm gonna give it a 7.5. Now this one's gonna be weird. Would I buy again? Well, I can't buy this, right? I can only make this. And to do that, it took me over a year to collect 1 through 17. And every year it gets harder to collect those first ones, and it makes it harder. So that's the problem with this one. I can't buy it, I'd have to make it. I still have bottles behind me, and I still plan to keep this one going for as long as I can. And so what I'm thinking about doing is every time I make a pour out, I'm gonna pour another. So if I pour out an ounce, I'm gonna put an ounce in. But I'm gonna start like with this one. I poured out 1 ounce. I'm gonna put 1 ounce of the number 1 in there, and then next time I pour an ounce, I'm gonna put an ounce of the 2. And that's why that program is very helpful. It helps calculate, but it also helps you know what you put in last time. It kind of dates everything, so I'll make it easy for me to remember what I put in the last time. So would I buy again? It's impossible to buy. It's a great pour, and I'm gonna keep this going as long as I can. So on that note, I'm gonna have to say I give that a 6. So after doing the calculations, my total score for this is 41.5 out of 60. That's a little bit lower than I thought it would be. I honestly thought it'd be a little bit higher.
You're crazy.
But I think it's also one of the highest scores I have given. But I try to be as honest with these as I can, and that's what came out today. So that's what my palate told me today. So you want to figure out how you can win a sample? First of all, click on that like button. It really does help. Also in the comment below, let me know, do you have an infinity bottle, or do you have plans to start one? If you do, mention the infinity bottle you have, or if you started one or more than one. Love to hear what you have going. Also, please make sure to share this video. It really helps. YouTube seems to really like that.
Please share it.
So winners will be randomly selected approximately 1 week from today. It just depends on everything in life, but I will have winners for this. You will be notified in the comments, and all winners have to send an email to me at oldfashionedways22@gmail.com when you win, because that's how I get the information to be able to get you your sample. I don't keep any previous ones, so everybody, even if you're a previous winner, has to send it to me again. So this is an important one, right? Well, friends, thank you for joining me on another journey down the infinity rabbit hole. It is a rabbit hole I plan to explore more and more in the near future. It is so much fun. Cheers.